right, TwoCowsGaming fans, we are back. It is week 9, and we are fighting to get into the playoffs. Our Raiders right now are 5-3, and we are taking on the Tennessee Titans. We did lose a player to injury. Hardison, which is our slot cornerback, our nickel cornerback. So we're going to make do with Cameron Richardson. He's a good cornerback. I think we'll be all right. And then this week or this video, we're going to finish out the regular season and see if we make the playoffs. Hopefully we make the playoffs. If we do, then the next video after that will be getting through the playoffs, and then we'll probably do one more video for the draft. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's take a look and see what we can see. Oh, we lost that one. We lost 27-21 to the Titans. I don't like that. Let's go take a look at the numbers and see what that tells us. Where did we come up short? Offensive yards 290 to 361. Offensive rushing yards 171. Passing 219. We had 1 turnover and 1 takeaway, so net push. We only had 13 first downs, so it looks like we lost it in overtime with a touchdown, which kind of sucks, but bright side, at least we kept it close. Donlin had a good game, 114 QBR, 219 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sacked only twice, 72% completion average. Rushing, Richards, terrible numbers, 14 for 30. Laube was 6 for 24, and Price was 4 for 12. Receiving, Bowers led the team, 6 for 87 and 2 touchdowns. That's huge. He was kind of struggling there in the middle of the first half of the season. Douglas had 5 for 59. Trey Tucker had 3 for 31. Wan'Dale Robinson came up a little short. We're not going to worry about blocking. Okay, so tackles. Cameron Richardson led the team with 6, followed by Morig, Crosby, and Wilkins. Sacks. Max Crosby had 2.5. Wilkins had a half a sack. That is it for sacks. What was it? We had an interception by Khalil Joseph, the middle linebacker. That makes me happy. Just for a 12-yard return, but that's okay. And then let's go make sure nobody got hurt. That is always my big fears, coming out of these games without anybody hurt. I don't see any announcements that anybody was hurt, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade players. Buda Thompson gets a point, so that's great. That'll be a big boost in the middle there. And then Khalil Joseph, the other middle linebacker, got a boost. So pretty happy overall with that. So we're kind of shoring up that middle of our defense. We've got a good front 4. We've got good middle linebackers. Our outside linebackers are developing. Secondary is getting a little bit better each game. Hopefully, it'll show up out on the field. Okay, so we've got the Buffalo Bills at home. Both teams are 5-4. I don't see any injury concerns. So hopefully we can steal one here. We did, 6-4. We actually snuck one away from the Buffalo Bills. Did anybody get hurt? Doesn't look like it. So let's take a look at the box score. We were in a 3-game losing streak there, so it's good to get one. Ooh, and it was not even close. 29-10. Nice. Offensive yards, 315. 138 on the ground, 177 through the air, 15 first downs to their 9. No turnovers to 2 takeaways. That is huge. Looks like we also managed to get a safety. So that's kind of nice. So our defense showed up big. I'm very happy with that. Donlin, we'll just go right down the Raiders stats. 118.9 QBR, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gave up 4 sacks, though. That's not great. 14 to 22 for 63%. Richards showed up. 17 for 63. Wish he would have gotten a touchdown. Price had 9 for 28 and a touchdown. And then Donlin and Lauby round out the rushing. Receiving, Wan'Dale Robinson came back big time. 7 for 95 and a touchdown. Bowers, 3 for 46 and a touchdown. And then Douglas with 2 for 22. We're going to go to defense. Okay, who showed up? Looks like DeCameron Richardson had 5 tackles. Max Crosby had 4. Wilkins had 4. And Wilson had 4. Hobbs had 4. Now let's take a look at the sacks. Max Crosby had 2. Tyree Wilson had 2. Wilkins had 1. And Waddle had 1. Bennett and Joseph each had a half a sack. And then let's see who had the turnovers. Morig, the strong safety, had 2 picks for 65 yards. Nothing wrong with those numbers. All right, we're going to keep rolling. Hopefully we can get another win here. We got the Chargers. This one's a road game. And it's not going to be easy. So let's manage our staff. We got 23 points to spend. Let's see where we want to spend it. I think we're going to use it on the defensive coordinator this time around. What else we got? There we go. Kind of bump that play recognition. Maybe that'll help boost the cornerback play a little bit. Oh, we got to choose our game day goals too. Totally spaced on that one. Actually, you know, we're just going to leave it alone. We're just going to leave it alone. Let's upgrade the players that we have to upgrade. Morig, nice. Keep developing him as that scheme fit for hybrid. So he does both a little bit of pass coverage and run support. Our left guard gets a point. Actually, we're gonna use it on scheme, which is agile. Keep improving the team by bits and pieces. Right tackle. Hey, Donlin got a development point. So we'll throw it on field general. Hopefully we can boost his awareness. Dylan Lauby. I like games where the team performs well because more players get more points. Bernie's a good number 3 middle linebacker. He might be somebody that we think about trading down the road. I don't know. This is our backup guard, so it's good to get a couple points for him. Looks like we have a message. I think it's just the Justin Herbert. Yep. We're not going to worry about it. Okay, it's a road game against the Chargers. Cross your fingers. 6-4 going against 7-2. Rivalry game. Survey says, oh, we lost again by 10 points. All right, let's go check it out. Let's see how bad that 10 points is. Hopefully we didn't beat ourselves. 211 offensive yards gained. Only 19 on the ground. That's inexcusable. 192 through the air. only 8 first downs. So they dominated us on the offensive side of the ball. We did have 2 turnovers against 1 takeaway. That's not great either. Moving on to player stats. Donlin regressed a bit. 66.3 QBR, 192 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks. 18 for 28, 64% passing percentage. And here's the embarrassment. Richards only had 17 yards on 6 carries, and Laube only had 4 on 5. That's got to change. Receiving, Bowers led the team, 7 for 70, averaging 10 yards per catch. Wan'Dale Robinson was next in line with 4 for 65. And then Jamie Douglas had the lone receiving touchdown on the team. Defensively, it looks like there was a bit of a breakdown. Morig led the team in tackles, and then there's also DeCameron Richardson. 17 tackles between the 2 of those guys. That means that they are getting deep into the secondary, and they have to make plays. That's not good. That means the front 7 aren't doing what they need to do. Christian Wilkins had 6 tackles, 2 for a loss and a sack. Let's take a look at the total sacks. Waddle had 1.5. That's our big-time defensive tackle that we drafted. Wilkins had 1. Crosby had a half a sack. So only 3 sacks in this game. Jacorian Bennett had the lone interception, a pick for 40 yards. That's a bright spot, but the team overall has got to get better. And the way you do that is we've got to improve ball control. The offense has got to be on the field a little bit longer. Defense can't carry us all the time. We'll upgrade players. We'll take a look at the storylines. You'd think a Wisconsin running back would do a little bit better, but apparently I did not draft as well as I thought I did. At least our right guard is getting some points. I think, when we drafted him, he was a little bit of a reach, but he's still, he was still a big-time upgrade over who we had. Hardison is back, so we're going to actually go back in and redo the defensive backfield and see if we can get our defense turned around a little bit. We've got quite a few players with hidden talents, and we're trying to get those unlocked as quickly as we can. I'm dealing with quite a bit of congestion. I apologize for that. You're going to hear a lot of me clearing my throat. I have a cough drop in my mouth to try and minimize the coughing, and it feels like I'm on the verge of losing my voice. So. All right, let's go ahead and bring back in Hardison. Oh, he's already back there. Is he back in at slot? I hope. He is. Okay, cool. All right, let's go to the storylines and see what the team meeting's all about. We do have the Chiefs on the road. I don't anticipate this being a win. But maybe we can turn it around a little bit. That's going to be a laugh. I should have taken the yardage one because that's going to contribute to us controlling the line of scrimmage and controlling the clock. I think that's the only way we beat the Chiefs is clock control. All right, nothing to it but to do it. We got blown out, 31-13. That's not great. That is not great. So we are 6-6 with 5 games left. I want to get a winning season put together. So how bad was this blowout? Especially when you look at back, we stole in week 2, we stole a win from them. So where did the wheels come off? Offensive yards, 220 to their 361, 86 offensive rushing yards, 134 passing yards. We only had 11 first downs. You got to make those first downs. We had 1 turnover, no takeaways. So that doesn't look good. Donlin is struggling again. 73.4 QBR, 134 yards passing, 1 pick, 3 sacks, 75% completion percentage though. So I guess that's something to take comfort in. Richards had 60 yards, no touchdowns. Price had 14 yards and 2 touchdowns. So at least when we got down in the goal line area, we got some touchdowns. And then Lauby had 4 for 12. Receiving, Tucker 3 for 44, Douglas 5 for 35, Wandale Robinson 1 for 27, and Bowers for 2 for 18. Defensively, Tyler Harris had 8 tackles again. That shows that they're getting into the secondary. Now Thurman Waddle, our defensive tackle, had a big game, 7 tackles, 1 for loss and a half a sack. Buda Thompson had 7 tackles, 1 for a loss. So again, that interior is getting better, but it's not where it needs to be. Max Crosby had 1.5 sacks, and Waddle had that other half for 2. Need to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes if you want to win the game, and it's not getting done. So let's take a look at who we have left. We have the bye week. Then we have the 49ers, the Cardinals, the Saints, the Dolphins, and the Seahawks. Depending on how they're doing, we have a chance at winning. But we need to come away with at least 3 wins so that way it's a successful season. 9 wins I'm not going to be upset about. 10 wins would be outstanding. But let's deal with our franchise staff. We're going to see if we can bump the defensive coordinator a little bit more. Maybe we can get some more output from the defense. Hey, there we go. I don't have enough points for that one. All right, so what we will do... Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll boost the agility for the linebackers. Because maybe we can spring Van Ness and the other outside linebacker we have. Maybe we can get them sprung and make some plays. Let's upgrade our players. Maybe with a little luck, we'll get some momentum here. No, we didn't. Kind of stinks. Another one of the players that we have with a hidden talent. I want to get him some playing time, but when you're losing, it's kind of hard. Okay. Rival strategy. Okay, what are we going to do here? Okay. Scouting, focus player. Okay, let's get some additional... let me get my notebook here. I've got all my players that I need to scout right here. So I think we're going to look at cornerbacks. Because we really need an upgrade at cornerback, honestly. And then I think we will also look at a defensive end. There we go. And remember, a lot of my scouting is bunk anyways because I forgot to hire and fire scouts at the beginning of the season. So it's going to be a crapshoot when it gets to the draft. We've got our bye week. We're just going to sim it. Hopefully nobody gets hurt since nobody's playing. Okay, we're going against the 49ers, who are 8-4. We're 6-6. It's a home game. Okay, this is going to be tough because the 49ers are a much better team than we are right now on paper. But again, when it's a home game, you get a little bit of advantage doing that. So hopefully we can come away and steal this one. Because we really need a win. And then we've got some storylines here. I'm actually kind of disappointed in these storylines. They should be me dictating to them what I want them to work on, not them asking me or telling me what I should do. That's a weird dynamic, if you ask me. Since we run a man scheme, I'm hoping that will turn things around. +5 boost to man coverage and -5 for zone coverage. That's going to be rough. Team meeting. Okay, what is this nonsense now? A second team meeting? Now, I did have the music turned way down. Apparently, it's still there, so. We can run on their defense. Yeah, okay. I'll believe that when I see it. Good. Any player specifically? Okay, both DTs. All right. I think you run it right up the middle, but that's my opinion. This one always burns me, so if he fails, I'm going to be pretty upset. Okay, come on, boys. Pull this one out. Ah, we did. We beat him. 24-7. Excellent. All right, well, let's see what the box score tells us. That's 1. We held them to 196 total yards. That is fantastic. 89 rushing yards, 100 yards passing. No turnovers, no takeaways. But on our side of the ball, we had 335 yards of offense, 97 on the ground, and 238 offensive yards passing. Let's take a look at the player stats. Look at that. Donlin, 123.8, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns, only sacked twice. 21 of 28 for 75% completion percentage. Rushing. Richards only had 15 for 60, but he did have a touchdown. Price was 6 for 20. Lauby had 4 for 14, and Donlin ran for 3. Receiving, Jamie Douglas led all wide receivers with 68 and 2 touchdowns. Whitfield had 64. Bowers had 54. Robinson only had 26, and Mayer had 21. Defensively, who came up big? The big defensive tackle. Look at that. He had 5 total tackles, 1 for a loss and 1 sack. How are we looking on sacks? We had 3 sacks total in the game. Waddle, Crosby, and Wilson. We already know we had no turnovers. So good defensive show. Good defensive show. So let's keep cruising. We got to deal with Elijah Richards being disappointed that he didn't get 125 yards. I thought we could do it, but whatever. We did get some points here. We are going to actually go over here. How many we got? 16. Yeah, we're going to actually use that. Oh, I don't have enough points. Offensively, we are going to do power running. What? Why is that? Oh, okay, there we go. Boost run block for tight ends by 1. Yeah, we'll do that. That's good. All right, so we have a breakout player for defensive line, and I have a sneaking suspicion I know who that is. What? Okay. Yeah, I guess. But he's not even... I don't even think he's really playing. That seems odd that that's the breakout player. I would think it would be my defensive tackle, as illustrated by the 2 points he got right there. We're going to actually spend a point on power rusher. Look at that. And then we'll do another one in run stopper. And I think he's actually now our best defensive tackle, but I'm going to leave him in that number 2 spot. Max Crosby. One of the only X Factor players we've got. Jamie Douglas. Guess what? You're going to be a playmaker. I have to look at my wide receivers because I think he just moved up the depth chart. Kyle Horn, left guard. We'll keep going with pass protector for now. Only 163 plays that he's been in. Sheldon Snell. Okay, he hasn't had a point in a while. But I say that because he's the backup. Remember, we drafted pretty well, and I shifted that one cornerback over to safety. So I don't think this guy is going to get the 2 tackles for loss because he's not at one of our starting defensive ends. Who's hurt? Anybody? Okay, no worries. Okay, we got the 4-9 Cardinals coming to town. We've got a new story message. Let's see what this is all about. All right, so let's just go for it. Come on, beat the Cardinals, boys. Beat the Cardinals. We did. 8-6. 8-6. Fantastic. All right, what's the breakout here? Did he get his 2 tackles for loss? I'm gonna say came up short. You tell him, Bovine. All right, cool. You earned 2,500 extra XP. Let's go take a look at the stats for that game. How close was it? I didn't see the score at the top, so 42-14, not even close. Nowhere near close. 346 yards of offense, 111 on the ground, 235 through the air, 13 first downs, no turnovers. We did have 3 takeaways, though, and we held them to 242 yards of offense. Awesome. I'm very happy with that. Let's take a look at the team. We're going to take a look at just our team. Donlin, 151.7. That's his highest QBR for the season. He had 4 touchdowns, 1 sack given up, 16-21 for 76%. That is fantastic. That is what we need him to do day in, day out, week in, week out. Rushing, Richards, 16 for 52. Price had 13 for 45. And then Donlin added another 10. Lauby added another 4. Receiving, Douglas, 5 for 92. Tucker, 1 for 70 and a touchdown. Bowers, 5 for 37 and 2 touchdowns. Wan'Dale Robinson finally getting back in the action on touchdowns, 4 for 35. Defensively, Buda Thompson, 7 tackles. He led the team. Hobbs with 6, Morig with 5, Harris with 4. Who had the sacks? Crosby had the only sack on the team. Doesn't look like the other guy made his goal of getting 2 tackles for loss, but he still got 2,500 XP, so that's good. Let's go see if we need to upgrade players. We're going to deal with every red dot on the menu. Upgrade players. All right, so we need one more win, and we've got a winning season, folks, and that would be absolutely stellar. Okay, we're going to actually spend a point on possession just to get some extra points. There we go. He's developing as a superstar, which is fantastic. Means he gets a little bit more XP every week. Man-to-man, Jacorian Bennett is stepping up a little bit. Good. I think he's our number 2 quarterback right now. Flaherty gets a point. We'll just keep doing scheme. For now, we'll just keep doing scheme. And then Don Westbrook. I'm happy with his field strength, so we're going to spend a point on field general. And we'll take a quick peek at injuries. I get very paranoid about that because sometimes they have sneaky ones. But we're going against the 3-11 Saints. I like that matchup. And it's a home game. So let's go. Let's get it. Nine and 6, baby. 9-6. We've secured a winning season. I can't be happier. How did the box score shake out? It looks like we won 17-7. But was it a good 17-7 or was it a squeaker of a 17-7? We had 285 yards of offense, 111 on the ground, 174 through the air, 16 first downs. We did have a turnover, but we had 4 takeaways. That's huge. 81.2 QBR, 174 through the air, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He did get sacked 3 times, which is not always great. It's never great to get sacked, but especially that many times. 17-26 for 65%. Oh, I forgot to check the defense. Whoops. Wrong one. Moving on down here again. We got 2 games left. Let's check the defense. Forgot to check that. Also forgot to check the rushing. Richards, 15 for 57. Price, 9 for 39 and a touchdown. Receiving, Bowers led the team with 70 yards. Tucker with 61 and a touchdown. Let's take a look at the defense because they came up big. Morig and Thompson led the team with tackles, followed by Crosby. Sacks. Only one sack. This one went to Christian Wilkins. But we had 4 takeaways. 2 with Jacorian Bennett, 1 with Hobbs, and 1 with Cameron Richardson. So our defensive backs are showing up. All right, let's go upgrade some players and continue on. We got 2 games left. Oh, we should also manage our staff. Got 21 points. Now I'm going to do this. There we go. That gives our cornerbacks a little bit more XP every week. Probably should have done that earlier, but and I think we play the Dolphins next. So Wilson. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. I'm going to actually spend some points on speed here shortly as well. Tyler Harris. Excellent. Got a point. Definitely need him to keep improving. He's a second-year player. Remember, we drafted him as a cornerback. Donlin, there we go. Field general. Keep it up. Keep it up. Cameron Richardson, man-to-man. Darren Yarborough finally getting a point. He's the outside linebacker that I was expecting him to compete with Luke Van Ness for the starting job, and Luke Van Ness is kind of, I don't want to say he's locked it down, but Yarborough hasn't been able to upset the apple cart, so to speak. All right, we're going to just keep rolling. Let's see what this message is, though. Okay. So we're playing against the Dolphins. They're 4-11. This could be a bad game for us, but hopefully we can steal a win. It's one of the last 2 we have. But hey, we got a winning season. That's what I care about. And then we finish the game against the season with the Seahawks. Oh, 9-7, we lost. All right, what happened? What happened? How bad was it? (20-24), another close game, just a heartbreaker. 247 yards of offense, 78 on the ground, 169 through the air, 15 first downs, 2 turnovers. That'll kill you every time. We did have 1 takeaway, but we gave up way too much yardage. 355 total offense, 96 on the ground, and 259 through the air. Let's check out the player stats, see if there's any bright spots. Donlin, 70.4, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 61% passing completions. He regressed again. Richards, 12 for 47. Donlin, 4 for 21. The quarterback should not be running for his life. Laube and Price both had the same, 3 for 5. Receiving, Trey Tucker, 6 for 60. Bowers, 5 for 53. Douglas, 3 for 39. Robinson, 2 for 6. The only receiver to have a touchdown was Michael Mayer, the other tight end. So defensively, we broke down. Let's see where we broke down. Jacorian Bennett, cornerback, had 7 tackles. That should not happen. Luke Van Ness getting involved with 7 tackles, 1 for a loss. Morig, 7 tackles. Thompson, 7 tackles. Richardson, 5 tackles. Tyler Harris, 5 tackles. So right there, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive backs that are leading the team in tackles. That means that the offense is getting the second and third level. We only had 1 sack, no quarterback pressures really, and that was Max Crosby. We didn't have any. We had 1 interception by Hobbs, which is a bright spot, but the defense has got to be better. They gave up way too much. All right, so do we have any players that need to be upgraded? Yes, we do. Let's see what the deal is. Okay, Hardison gets 2, so that's a good thing. I think this is the end of season where they get like bumps based on performance. So we'll take it. Unlocked another ability for him. He became a superstar as well for his progression. Brock Bowers gets a point. Beginning to think I have walking pneumonia. Our tight end is fantastic, but we got to get him the ball. Hobbs. Yep, man to man. Elijah Richards gets a point. And then at the end of the season, before we do the next video, or right at the start of the next video, we'll look at the season stats. I don't know if the team's going to make the playoffs, but a 9-7 or a 10-7, 9-8 record, it's much better than the last 3 years that we played, or 2 years that we played. Yeah, we'll do Trey Tucker as a playmaker. Why not? There we go. And then Ahmed Albury. We just have so many young players that have a lot of talent, but they got to develop. What's the new message? Yeah, okay. Okay, last game of the season, and then we'll see where we're at in the playoffs. Hopefully we get a wild card. Ooh, cross your fingers. This is going to be a tough one. Road game against Seattle. We lost by a field goal. We lost by a field goal. That hurts. That hurts so much. All right, well, let's take a look at the box score. Let's see what happened. Oh, no. We want the team schedule. There we go. So we lost by a field goal on the last game of the season. So that puts us at 9-8. Not happy about it, but it's better than, 4-12 or 5-12. So we had 335 yards of offense, 132 on the ground, 203 through the air, and we had 20 first downs. No turnovers. So they won it in overtime. We kicked a field goal to go ahead, and then they scored a touchdown. That's what it boiled down to. That is painful. Donlin didn't have a fantastic game. 75.0 quarterback rating, 203 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, sacked twice, 54% completion percentage. Got to do better than that, brother. Richards had 14 for 73, probably one of his best games of the year. Lauby had 5 for 25. Price had 4 for 15 and 2 touchdowns. So at least he's getting it done on the ground. Receiving, Douglas, 5 for 64. Bowers, 4 for 43. Robinson, 3 for 37. Lauby, 2 for 26. And Tucker, 2 for 25. Meyer had another 8. Defensively, Buda Thompson, 9 tackles. Morig had 6. Bennett had 5. Harris had 5. Richardson had 4. Hobbs had 4. Again, too many players are getting into the secondary. Did we have any sacks? We had 2 sacks. One by Tyree Wilson and one by Max Crosby. I already said there was no turnovers, so that is the season. Let's take a look at how things shook out with the player stats for the year. Okay, so Donlin had 3,400 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 64% completion percentage. His quarterback rating on the year was 91.8. That's pretty good, but he was sacked entirely too many times, 37 times. Rushing, Richards, 746. Price had 374. And Lauby had 264. Donlin also contributed another 170. Receiving, Bowers, 825. Douglas, 810. Tucker, 763. Robinson, 584. So not bad distribution. I'm pretty happy with that. And then we had various flavors of 100 or so on down the line. Defense. Buda Thompson led the team with 101 total tackles, followed by Hobbs, Morrig, Harris, Richardson, Crosby, Bennett. Who led the team in sacks this year? Max Crosby, no surprise. Tyree Wilson was next, followed by Christian Wilkins and Waddle. But Christian Wilkins and Waddle led the team with tackles for loss. So that's something to be happy about. Who led the team in interceptions? Hobbs, Morrig, and Bennett. So not bad. Not bad. Our defense was, or our offense was 26th, but our defense was 3rd in the NFL overall. That's pretty good. All right. So did we make the playoffs? I don't think we did. Contract extended. Aha! They extended my contract. Excellent. I saved my job. But we did not make the playoffs. That kind of stings. That kind of stings. All right, so we're going to actually spend some points here on our defense. Yes, we'll do that. And then we'll go back to the offense, and we'll spend some points there as well. Don't quite have enough to get 3. There we go. Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, no, we don't. I was going to say. Quit talking crazy, John. All right, so we got 11 points to go into the off season. Hopefully we'll earn some more. But Coach Bovine saved his job. We'll deal with the storylines and the draft storylines with the next video. Buda Thompson gets 3 points, though. That's huge. We'll do Field General for 1. We want to boost all of that, and then we will do Run Stopper for 1. Let's see what that gets us. Yeah, we'll keep doing that. And then the other player that we have to look at is Tyrion Davis-Price. I don't know that he's going to be on our team much longer. All right. So we've got the new message for the early season reporter. We've got first round pick expectations. We'll worry about that in the next video. Until then, be safe, be kind, and remember, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, you do matter and you are loved. Also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all the support. Let's make 2025 a great year for TwoCowsGaming. Other than that, thanks a lot, everybody. Take it easy, and we'll see you next video.